to the Department of Economics Provocative Lecture. We are delighted to share this evening with colleagues from across campus, including AVP of Undergraduate Studies, Robert Cooper. Along with the business people, the community leaders, and the professors from across Silicon Valley, we have guests that have driven from as far south as Los Angeles, as far north as Berkeley, and everywhere in between. In particular, I would like to recognize economist David Henderson. David, if you're here, please stand. David is from the Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey. He is the author of the book Joy of Freedom and one of our first provocative lecture speakers. Welcome back, David. I would like to give a very heartfelt welcome to our alumni. It is so good to see you. And I know that you've gone through many obstacles to be here. We appreciate all your efforts. Finally, it is my pleasure to welcome our students, even those who are here for extra credit. Our graduating seniors who are here out of relief, our master students and their families. This evening is for you. Welcome, everyone. My name is Lydia Ortega, and I am privileged to be chair of the best economics department on the West Coast. Allow me, please, to introduce an incredible team. Together, we deliver a compelling and challenging education in economics, critical thinking, and policy analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Department of Economics. Please stand, faculty, staff, lecturers. We need to give a special welcome to Benjamin Powell. Please stand again, Ben. He just completed his first year on the faculty. Or should I say he survived his first year on the faculty. But in just this one short year, Ben, along with Edward Stringham, why don't you both stand up for a second? They've had a tremendous impact on the housing market in the Bay Area. Their study was cited as being instrumental in increasing the supply of housing in the Fort Ord area. And from what I hear, the study is now being discussed in city council chambers across the Bay Area. Will everyone who still dreams of someday owning a house in the Bay Area join me in a round of applause for these two? This is the last provocative lecture of the school year, and it is dedicated to the graduating seniors and graduating master's students. Go ahead, slide. Your hard work and perseverance in a notoriously challenging major, one that pushes the envelope in critical thinking, deserves recognition. But unlike other programs, you see there is very little pomp and circumstance in ours. The Department of Economics cannot resist the temptation to give you one more opportunity to think. There will be a reception afterwards. For right now, we will take a few moments to acknowledge departmental award winners. Join me in this celebration. Will Shweta, David, and Mike come up to the podium?
Lydia put rather severe time limits on my speech. When I told her that I wanted to give a talk on the nature of socialism, she says, fine, if you can finish it in 60 seconds. So here goes. The vast majority of the socialist states are tribalistic regimes. A few advanced cases achieve the status of industrial feudalism. So that's it. I'm as anxious as you are to hear John Stossel's talk, so I'll just say thank you for the award. It makes me feel good, like achieving a #1 rating on Google.com for a major topic area.
We have Shweta here, fresh from the library, to receive her award. You already know about her, so I'm just going to let her come up and give a talk and get her award.
so sorry for being late. Anyways, studying here in grad school has been a great experience for me. These past 2 years have been really, really good. And I'd like to thank all my professors here, especially Dr. Hummel, whom I was assisting these 2 years, and Dr. Ortega here as well, and all the students and everyone. I mean, it's been really great. Thank you.
This provocative lecture has one more special significance. Tonight we announce the beginning of the department's 2-year capital campaign. Slide, please. You guys didn't think you were going to get out of here without seeing at least one graph, right?
But I am happy to report that tonight's speaker is a towering exception. Even I became aware of John Stossel as early as 1987. He was already part of the ABC team on 2020, and he was doing a report on discrimination against overweight people, fat rights. And in the process, he interviewed a close personal friend of mine who has since passed away, Roy Childs. Roy at that time was very obese, yet he was also a staunch leading libertarian and an intellectual mentor and companion for me and some of the rest of us in the room. And needless to say, Roy provided John's segment with a ringing denunciation of any special privileges or laws preventing discrimination against the overweight, with the memorable reductio ad absurdum. Roy, imagine this, Roy, with all of his weight saying, "I always wanted to be a jockey, but I don't think horse owners should be required to hire me." By 1994, when John Stossel began doing his 1-hour primetime specials, he was already what Nobel Prize winning economist Milton Friedman has called, quote, "that rare creature, a TV commentator who understands economics in all its subtlety." As a result, videos of John Stossel's specials have come to be used by me, by some of my colleagues, and by economists across the country as effective classroom tools, both for teaching the economic way of thinking and for provoking discussion. Stossel's professionalism has won him 19 Emmy Awards, and just a year ago he rose to be co-anchor on 2020. He is also the author of Give Me a Break, which is for sale from the bookstore, and he will be signing copies afterwards during the reception. His topic for this evening is freedom and its enemies. It is my distinct pleasure and privilege to give you John Stossel.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. I've never been to an economics department that seems so happy. And I should say, you understate your point about Roy Childs and his point. He said he was obese, but he weighed 650 pounds, which really made his point about being a jockey more effective. I think they will be selling this book outside, and I will sign them. I want to talk about how I got from where I started, where most young reporters start, to the point of writing this book. Now, I didn't have the wisdom, I think, that many of you had. The idea, I wrote the book because I realized midway in my career that half of what I thought was true was wrong. And the idea that, as Lydia said, that there could be a spontaneous order that could outstrip the careful plans of the elites just never occurs to the economically illiterate reporter in me and most of my colleagues. And I was floundering around looking for something to do. I fell into a job as a TV reporter. I noticed that everybody seemed to be covering crime and politics, but nobody was covering science or business, so I thought I would do that, and I approached it in the way I think most young reporters think.